Hi, my name is Michael Brill, and I describe myself as a number disguised as a human being. Let me explain what I mean about that. I'm a numerologist. I've started the study in 1985, and the reason I got into it was nobody could ever answer any of my questions. And so once I found the numbers, everything began to open up. What I realized is that everything in the universe vibrates. Everything vibrates. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, galaxies, universes, everything. And if it vibrates, it can be measured. And what we measure things with here are letters and numbers. Well, when we look at numbers, most people look at numbers as quantities, 6 oranges and 5 apples, but numbers also have qualities. And numbers actually represent energies. These energies are self and independent. They're an entity. Look up that definition. And so these 9 numbers, when they come together, it's called gathering of deities. Oh yeah, G-O-D, that would be God. So these 9 numbers representing these unseen energies, science calls dark matter, but that's where everything comes from in potential. And then they manifest in combination everything. These vibrations come together, and ultimately it represents you. So here's how this comes about. Now, you have only 9 numbers in your name and your birthday. And I want to explain to you what I do is called Cosmic Numerology. And it uses classical Pythagorean numerology, where you have letters and numbers and look at their patterns. And then there is an aspect that involves quantum dynamics, intentions. We would call it free will. But you can't have free will unless you're making conscious decisions. And most people make reactive decisions. Their decisions are based on to be loved, accepted, or in control. The third piece is called gematria. Gematria has been used by ancient societies, from the Persians, the Assyrians, Babylonians, Greeks, the Hebrews, any culture that had a numerology system did gematria. It's where you convert letters into numbers, and then those numbers are interpreted as a story, and they tell you the real meaning behind the letters. So this is what I do. When my clients have a question, they ask me a question, and I turn it into numbers. And what we do is find out what's the underlying emotional and psychological catalyst, and what solution have you already provided. And that's a key. The problem is you don't remember who you are and why you're here. And so you wind up doing to be loved, accepted, or in control. That's the cosmic abandonment issue I talked about. So let's get there. The fourth piece of cosmic numerology deals with reincarnation. But you know what? That's a term some people don't like, some people don't believe in. And so let's just talk about a cloud. We see it, we can put our hand through it, but we can't grab it or hold on to anything. And that's really what the dark matter is. It's just potential. And so from this potential, the electric particles attract more and more particles until they reach a point of density. That density gets really heavy, and then it begins to fall. Now, we all know that what a raindrop looks like. We could see it, and we can feel it. And they have a shape. Yeah, there's a raindrop shape. The outer part of that raindrop is like a hard shell. It contains what's inside from splattering. Well, the outside has to do with your ego, your body, your physical self. The inside is your celestial self. You can't have one without the other. And so as this density point is reached, it starts to fall out of a cloud. And let's assume this raindrop has consciousness, and it goes, oh my God, what happened to me? Did I do something wrong? Am I being punished? Doesn't anyone love me? Am I not important? Have I been left behind? And we're falling to the earth, right toward a desert, and we're going, oh my God, nobody's gonna find me. I'm lost, I'm alone. I can only count on me. That's the beginning of the cosmic abandonment issue, okay? From a raindrop standpoint. Science calls this the hydrologic cycle. What that means is whatever moisture falls out of a cloud, hits the desert, doesn't matter how long it's going to be there, eventually it's going to evaporate and go back to the cloud and come back down. Let's move over to the reincarnation concept now. So, let's just say that your cosmic energy is like a lightning bolt, 50 million volts, and it's too powerful to operate here in the third dimension. And so there's a step down. Like when you take a lightning bolt and run it through a transformer, it's usable electricity. Well, the same thing here. The usable electricity is called the soul, celestial self. It needs a physical body, right? So that comes in, and what they do is they form this yin-yang orb of physical and celestial. They are conscious, they are in harmony, they are in unity. This orb consciously reviews all past lifetimes. So in this orb, you do the review of your lifetimes. What have you mastered? What have you avoided? What have you screwed up? What do you need to work on now? And then ego and soul consciously select the letters of your name and the numbers of your birthday. The letters of your name represent your emotional and psychological behavior patterns, the timing of events. Each letter carries what's going to happen at a given time. And the letters omitted from your name represent karma. Unfinished business. It's not good or bad. It's just something you got to finish to move to the next level or just move on. So once you pick the letters of your name and the numbers of your birthday, you then whisper this information into the ears of your prospective parents. Now, if you've been adopted, it means that you either owed the birth family or they owed you. And as a result of your birth, you're now free to go where you need to be. So you got your name, you got your birthday, you picked your birth or adopted family. The next thing you want to do is you're going to make sure you got enough grace, you're going to pull this off. And so you put your hand in your pocket, you're going to pull out your bank book full of grace. It's so thick that you can't get it out. And so you just go, I can do this, not a problem. Now, the ego and the soul move towards this veil that separates the celestial and the earthly realm. The moment that is touched, this, the physical self, the body, the ego, starts to thrive. But it also panics because it doesn't feel the presence of the soul anymore. And the reason for that is the soul is trying to recalibrate to meet the denser vibratory frequencies of the earth plane. And while it's doing that, the ego feels it's been abandoned. Then we're born. Then they cut the umbilical cord. And then it's like, hey, hold it right there. Nope, not happening. Got cut off once from my source, the universe. Got second time. Not going to happen again. That's cosmic abandonment. That's when people either do to be in love, accepted, or in control, instead of doing what you love. So how can this help you in your everyday world? Well, your month and day of birth is called your achievement number. And added together, it identifies your core issue, but also your greatest strength. The letters of your first name, how you behave at work. Your middle name, how you behave in a relationship, or how does your prospective partner behave in a relationship. The last name, the family you chose to be born to, it's also a doorway to your spiritual involvement. Your vowels, that's what your soul wants. Your consonants, that's your personality. How you behave at work, in your relationship, and with family, that's the way the world sees you. There's all kinds of information here. You wrote a blueprint. Every single one of us has a guarantee of success. I talked to you about frequencies, that everything in the universe vibrates. It has a frequency. And so does your life. Your soul has a number, your personality, everything has a frequency. Put those together, and that's what makes you who you are. You know, you might have a name, Michael Brill, but when I read for people, I'm not reading them, I'm reading their numbers and how those numbers are interacting, creating the conscious being recognized as Michael Brill. Just be who you are. Have that courage. If you're really ready to change your life, then it's time to be awakened. And I'm the Awakener. Go to awakener.com. Thanks a lot for listening in.